What's up, guys? Just a gamer here, back with another Road to Legend episode. Trying to get to Legend, seeing if we could do it, showing you all the struggles and RNG on the way. So right now we're playing Priest. Just always assume it's Machine Gun Priest or Death Knight Priest, whatever you want to call it. Kazakis Priest, whatever. So I'm going to full mulligan. I'm playing the same exact deck because I've been having good success with it and it's fun. It's a good spin-off of Mid-Range Hunter. So this is obviously not what you want to draw. You want a mulligan for a 1-drop. This isn't what I get. I didn't get a 1-drop at all. I drew Lich King, which is not good, and High Main, and Stitch Tracker. Those are cards you really don't want to see in your opening hand. That's cards you want to draw later in the game, like turn 5. But it's fine right now if I could just draw into better things, or if it's not Machine Gun Priest, because if it's Machine Gun Priest, that's obviously worrisome because you want to have a good start against Machine Gun Priest. So no cleric on turn 1, which is pretty good for me. I didn't draw a 2-drop, which is pretty annoying, but just Hero Power Pass. He's probably gonna Hero Power Pass himself. If he plays out a Loot Hoarder, I'm gonna know that it's Machine Gun Priest. Okay, Hero Power Pass doesn't tell me too much. So turn 3, if I don't draw Animal Companion, I'm just gonna Stitch Tracker. See what I could discover. A Jewel Macaw might not be bad instead of another Stitch Tracker. I can Jewel Macaw, maybe Hero Power, or maybe Explosive Trap, and maybe I can get something better off of a Jewel Macaw because I don't want to just discover. I'm not sure. Because turn 4, my 4-drops are all the only 4-drop I have is Houndmaster, which doesn't work on Stitch Tracker. So I could just draw in. If I draw anything lower than a 4-drop, it can go well with Jeweled Macaw. So I'm just gonna take the Jeweled Macaw, pass. If I draw a Eagle Horn Bow or Animal Companion, I could play that with the Jeweled Macaw and get the value off of it. Maybe get a good 5-drop or 4-drop or something of that sort. So not terrible right now. Okay, Holy Smite. That usually means it's the Death Knight package, which is good because he's wasting all that damage that can go with it, with the Death Knight package, towards my minions, because he doesn't know that I'm a little bit more late game oriented, which is good for me. So this is obviously not what you want to get. I'm drawing pretty terribly right now, but it's fine. Obviously you don't want to have just a Jeweled Macaw on turn 4 on the board, but okay, another Jeweled Macaw. Hopefully I can get something playable off of this. Okay, not bad. If he wastes death on this, that's pretty good for me. I can play out High Main with no worry of a death. Okay, I don't know what he'd be coining out for 6. Okay, Dragonfire Potion. So either his opening hand is very awful, or he's thinking I'm just full mid-range hunter or aggro hunter, and he's just trying to clear my board as quick as possible. But now I get to turn 6 High Main, which is always what you want to do. I'm assuming he just deaths that. Okay, so he's Big Priest. He's Big Priest, so I'm just gonna Bone Mare and I'm gonna hit his face. If he wants to, he already wasted a Dragonfire Potion, so I'm not gonna really play around it. If he wants to trade in, go ahead. He top decked a death, so can't really play around that. That's unfortunate for me. I have Deadly Shot, so it's not looking really too bad. I can Deadly Shot and Animal Companion. Deadly Shot, Animal Companion, Hero Power. Yeah, this is looking pretty good right now. Because if he's wasting all his mana just reviving Ysera and not healing, eventually I could just Hero Power him to death or just aggro him to death. Okay, Lich King. It's not terrible. He has the Ysera card, return a minion. Okay, so he's getting good value cards that generate cards for him, which is good for him, but hopefully it won't matter too much. think I should just play... I'm going to play out Swamp King Dread and Kindly Grandmother. I was thinking about playing Lich King, but that's just an easy trade for him. And then he can... easy trade for him, and then I don't have anything else on board. But if I play it this way, he could trade, and then I could still put out Houndmaster onto it. If he has Potion of Madness, yeah, that was the only really bad play from that. This Potion of Madness, that was the only punish. But I kind of had to get more things on board to kind of put the pressure on him, get some aggro on him, so he can't just keep servituding his minions and just reviving them, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, he just obliterated, so he just took 8 damage, which is insane because if I top deck a kill command, I win. Okay, I didn't top deck a kill command, so he's lucky. But I'm just, if he doesn't have a greater healing potion, I just win this game. If I just keep hero powering him, and if I can draw a kill command before he can kill me. So right now it's okay. Right now it's really not looking. I win unless he gets the 9 drop, the 4/8 with healing. I just win this game outright. Okay, so he's setting up a lethal next turn. He drew Ysera, so I win. Well played. Charge Huffer. Hero power. So that was a good win against Big Priest. Drew very terribly, but I guess just that misplay by him by using the Obliterate on himself when he was that low just kind of gave me that win. So that's good for me. He kind of had a little bit of RNG on his side with me drawing so poorly, but it's fine. I could have been worse. He could have drew a little bit better and had Barnes on turn 4 and just Yasharaj'd me and just completely blew me out, so it's not too bad. So let's just get into the next one. Alright, so Priest again. Obviously, Priest isn't the best matchup since it does have so many board clears and just single target clears and Potion of Madness and things like that. But right now, I'm not really losing too much against it, so hopefully I can continue this. I'm going to keep the 1-drops in case I can get Crackling Razor Maul. No Crackling Razor Maul, but still 1-drops aren't terrible. If he does have Northshire Cleric, that's really the only punish, but you kind of just got to play around it. Hope he doesn't have it in his opening cards, especially if he's the Machine Gun Priest. You just gotta hope he doesn't draw the 1 of. Okay, Alley Cat is a little bit better than Jewel Macaw. Jewel Macaw is more of a card you play for the generated card that you get off of it, not for just the stats. Whereas in Alley Cat, it's 2 1/1s, which is better than 1/1/1, obviously. So play out that first. If he does have Northshire Cleric, it's still not amazing because it doesn't trade well into it. So turn 2, if I don't draw a Crackling Razor Maul, it's just going to be Kindly Grandmother. And then hopefully I can draw into Animal Companion. And if not, I just Stitch Tracker. So, okay, he's corning out, what, probably a Radiant Elemental or a Loot Hoarder? Okay, Radiant Elemental. That's obviously not that good of a trait. That's not that good for me. But Crackling Razor Maul, if I can get something to kill this, I will. Okay, so I drew nothing to kill it. Just going to take Divine Shield. That was just the best thing that was there. I don't need can't be targeted by spells because he can just target my other Alley Cat. I didn't need stealth because I want to hit as much face damage as possible because every point of damage counts. So he's probably going to value trade into my 1/1, which isn't amazing for me, but it's not terrible. Okay, he pains that. Value trade. Okay. So I'm just going to Jewel Macaw. Jewel Macaw and then Timberwolf. That's actually a good... Obviously that's not on curve. I wanted to get off the Kindly Grandmother, but whenever you can just get it, you can kill the Radiant Elemental, keep your 2/1 on board or your 1/1 on board. Do the Divine Shield. You always got to take that and just play a little bit off curve because you don't want a Radiant Elemental sticking on the board for as long... You want that sticking on board as little as possible. So he's just going to clear this with his Radiant Elemental. Not a big deal. He just wasted... I said Radiant Elemental. He's going to clear it with his Pyromancer. he wasted a Pyromancer and a Circle of Healing on just such a small board. It's a lot of wasted value. And now my kindly grandmother contests it very, very well. So unless he wastes hero power on the Pyromancer, and he probably doesn't want to do that. It's kind of just wasting tempo and mostly wasting tempo, which makes me catch up on board. And you don't want a hunter to catch up on board, so he can heal and then trade, but it's not really doing too much for him. I think he's thinking about it. He probably has like a 4-drop or a 3-drop. He probably has something to play, but he's just thinking if it's better to value trade, heal and value trade. So he drew a card, he's gonna heal and then value trade. It's obviously, now I know it's Machine Gun Priest, which isn't the best matchup for me. If it does go too late game, I obviously lose, but just due to the sheer power of it, but there's not much you can do about that. So I think I just trade into, if I trade into here, then it plays more into his Pyromancer. He could just heal and then then use a spell and then kill me. So I just might go face. Like this, he has to full trade. He can't use a pain. He's already wasted his pain. He can't really use anything on this because it's a 4 attack minion, which is terrible for priests. So he's gonna have to double trade, and I just get the extra damage to face. So okay, double trade, not bad for me. Priest of the Feast, Holy Smite. Okay, he's healing up. He's wasting a lot of his damage that could be going to my face on clearing minions. So that's very good for me. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm just gonna take a Cobalt Scalebane just to play around. It plays around Dragonfire Potion better. It's a good value. It's just a good status minion compared to the other 2 options that were there. So I'm just gonna take that. So another Misha, which is good for me. He can't really clear this, and I can get out a Scalebane and then my Lich King. He's wasting a lot of his removal on my cards because he doesn't know I have the Death Knight, and he doesn't know that I have the Lich King. He doesn't know I have the higher value cards that can help me stick to him in value later in the game. He just thinks I'm a aggro hunter and just trying to get rid of as much pressure that I have. So it's not looking too bad for me. He does have Potion of Madness though, which is unfortunate. He's had a lot of removal in his opening, like 10 cards. You can't really play around that. It's just kind of an unfortunate thing to deal with. So I think I just kindly grandmother Cobalt Scalebane. So now I got 4/1. He has to trade into. It could clear any of his minions, and then when he does clear it, I still have a 3/2 that comes back to life, and a 4 attack minion's hard to deal with for priests, like I've said before. So this isn't too bad right now. Either he double trades into my dragon and my Cobalt Scalebane, and I have the 4/1 on board, and I hit him for face, and I play Lich King on turn 8, or he trades in and he trades into my kindly grandmother and I get a 3/2 out of it. That's really scary because he could have just discovered his Death Knight or Raza, and he has Death, so that's unfortunate as well. I'm not sure if he top decked Death, but that was pretty unfortunate. So I'm just gonna play out the Lich King. He doesn't have Death for the Lich King now, so hopefully I can get something good off of this. Death Grip isn't terrible if I can take the Raza from him, but he probably already discovered it. I'm really curious to see what he discovered. If he has the Death on a turn 8, I can't really play around that. I kind of just have to play out the Death Knight, play out the Lich King. I didn't really have anything else to play. Okay, so Hikazakis Potion is always scary. You can always get a Polymorph or direct damage to the Lich King, so hopefully the Lich King can stay alive for another turn, give me another card, give me some more value, because he is outvaluing me right now with the cards that he's had. He can't really clear. There's not really a one potion effect that would really clear this, I don't think. Might be wrong. 4 damage and freeze. Okay, I was wrong. But he's going to have to double trade. He's running out of a lot of cards, which is a lot less damage to my face, which is obviously what I need. So, Explosive Trap's obviously not the card I want. Death Knight, draw a card. Death Grip, okay. Bone Mirror is pretty good. This probably won't stick on board though. So, just going to double trade. So, Bone Mirror is good, but I don't have anything that's going to stick on board, so I'm just going to have to hopefully draw into something that would stick. This isn't looking too good for me since it is going so late, but I am still full health. So if I can Death Knight and then have him, and then just keep putting out big minions that he has to deal with, and then he has to keep using his hero power on, instead of using his hero power on my face, it can go well. So it's not looking too bad right now, but the cards that I have in hand aren't really helping me. I don't really have that good of value of cards right now. I don't know what he would have Shadow Vision for. He already wasted a death, a pain. It's either Greater Healing Potion or a Dragonfire Potion. Okay, he's putting out a lot of his... okay, so he discovered Raza, which is what I assumed. It's really unfortunate for me. He wouldn't have even drawn Raza yet, so that would have been so good for me. No Raza this whole time. I don't really... I think I just have to play out Odd Shot, Deadly. There's not really any big minions that I should be worried about, except for maybe Valet. But not all decks run it, and the 5 damage constantly to my face doesn't sound amazing. I'm not sure if I should play this. I could just wait, hopefully get a beast and play out Kill Command, which is more accurate because it's still a 50-50. Which I think is what I'm gonna do. Or I can just get a beast and Bone Mirror. I can take 7 to the face, I guess. It was unfortunate that he got that Stitch Tracker and was able to discover that Raza. And that I'm drawing so poorly right now. Okay, so he's drawing pretty poorly too. I get a beast. I'm not going to be able to... I think Bone Marrying this is better. The only way this is the worst play is if he has the Death Knight. If he has Death Knight, this was the worst play. But he hasn't played it yet, so I'm just going to assume he doesn't have it. This makes him double trade, and I still have 5 damage to his face, which is what you're going to want. Okay, he got silence off of Shadow Visions. That makes it, I guess, a worse of a play. But still, he's going to have to double trade, I'm assuming, so it's not too awful. Especially if I can draw into my Death Knight and just start getting some value. Or maybe a high main. Something that's higher based and more value based. I'm obviously not going to want an Alley Cat at this time of the game, so. He already used a Circle of Healing, so. Okay, Binding Heal. Jeez. This guy has just gotten kind of weird lucky draws that have been unfortunate for me. So I guess this is the time where I do this and I do this to just clear as much of his board as possible. Okay. Obviously, Alley Cat isn't good into Acolyte of Pain, but I needed to play out something to clear all that damage that he had. Hopefully, we're both just going off top decks now, so hopefully I still have such a heavy deck left that can top deck something that's useful. A high main or my Death Knight would be ideal right now. Death Knight full clears this board and I could just start creating minions. Okay, high main isn't terrible. High main makes him trade in... doesn't make him trade in Lyra, so that's not amazing for me. But I still get the 2/2s, and if he doesn't have anything to deal with that... Okay, I don't know... Unless he has Mind Blast. Mind Blast doesn't even kill me yet. Drew another Raza. If I draw my Death Knight, I don't think I'm in that bad of trouble, but I didn't draw the Death Knight at all. Trade. He has 8 damage on board, so that's a loss. Machine Gun Priest is too good. Drew pretty badly, but you could see that the deck was kind of keeping up the pace. There's really bad draws. You could see how this can still beat Machine Gun Priest. So I think this deck is still pretty viable. I'm still going to keep using it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I'm out. Thank you for watching.